The question remains haunting. Was Paris Live a genuine emotional outpouring from Taehyung, or was it a carefully constructed moment magnified by the fervor of social media? Millions watched as Taehyung's voice cracked, and his eyes seemed to glisten under the dim light, yet others argue the interpretations of that broadcast might have gone too far. Could the viral narrative about Jungkook sobbing uncontrollably be nothing more than a fabricated storyline amplified for clicks and emotional impact? Observers pointed out that every word, every pause, and every visible tremble of Taehyung's hand was dissected and replayed endlessly by fans. But is this level of scrutiny fair? Or is it dangerously blurring the line between empathy and obsession? Those who claim to have insider knowledge allege that Jungkook, upon hearing Taehyung's deeply personal words during the live stream, immediately broke down in tears and called staff in Paris. Yet no verifiable evidence has surfaced to support these claims. Could it be that what many perceive as undeniable truth is in fact a viral illusion, the emotional weight of Taehyung's words? "Sometimes I wonder if I still have a place to speak," triggered an avalanche of reactions worldwide. Fans flooded platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube with speculations, tributes, and even conspiracy theories. But the lack of direct acknowledgement from Taehyung or Jungkook raises critical questions. If the incident were truly as severe as portrayed, wouldn't there have been more concrete responses from the artists themselves? Or is their silence being misread as confirmation? Adding to the intrigue, the live broadcast was reportedly removed from weverse shortly after airing. Some see this as an attempt to suppress sensitive content, but technical teams attribute it to a routine system update. Still, the narrative of censorship persists. Should viewers trust official explanations, or is there merit to suspecting a deeper reason for the deletion? What complicates matters further is Jungkook's ambiguous post on his private platform hours later. His words, "I saw it. Don't worry, I'll fix this," have been interpreted as a direct response to Taehyung's vulnerability. Yet skeptics argue that without explicit context, this connection is speculative at best. Could Jungkook have been referring to an entirely different issue? Why has no official source clarified the true meaning behind his message? Cultural analysts have warned about the dangers of overinterpretation. In an era where every movement and expression can be captured and shared globally within seconds, how much of what we believe is actually grounded in reality? Is the emotional narrative surrounding Taehyung and Jungkook reflective of their actual state, or is it the result of fandom-driven sensationalism? This is where the public must pause and reflect. Are we witnessing an authentic cry for help from two of the world's most influential artists? Or are we complicit in perpetuating a cycle of invasive speculation? Does our collective yearning for emotional stories blind us to the possibility that nothing unusual occurred that night in Paris? It is undeniable that Taehyung appeared subdued and uncharacteristically somber during his arrival at the hotel. However, eyewitness accounts conflict. While some describe him as visibly distressed, others claim he managed a faint smile and waved to fans despite evident exhaustion. Which version should we believe? Can fleeting moments captured in photographs truly reveal the complexities of a person's mental state? Similarly, Jungkook's alleged reaction, described by some as breaking down in tears, has yet to be corroborated by credible sources. Without images, audio, or statements from those present, should this story even be treated as fact? Or is it a narrative designed to feed the emotional appetite of a global fanbase? Perhaps the most pressing question is this: to what extent are platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter shaping and distorting our perception of events? Viral videos and emotional edits often blend fact and fiction seamlessly, leaving viewers unable to distinguish between authentic moments and manufactured drama. Could this be another case where the line between truth and fantasy has been irreparably blurred? As the world continues to speculate, fans are urged to ask themselves hard questions. Are these stories truly helping Taehyung and Jungkook, or are they placing even greater emotional pressure on them? Is it ethical to analyze and share every perceived gesture of pain as evidence of a larger narrative? And most importantly, how can we as consumers of media protect ourselves from being swept into waves of unverified information? The responsibility lies not only with media outlets, but also with each reader and viewer. In the absence of clear, verifiable facts, the temptation to fill gaps with imagination must be resisted. Otherwise, we risk turning artists' lives into entertainment spectacles, ignoring the reality that they too are human beings with limits, boundaries, and private struggles. At its core, this controversy surrounding Paris Live and Jungkook's alleged tears exposes a deeper cultural phenomenon: the insatiable hunger for vulnerability and drama in celebrity culture. But how much of this hunger is grounded in care, and how much is rooted in curiosity and emotional voyeurism? So we leave you with this question. Do you believe the events in Paris unfolded as described in countless viral posts? Or could it all be a sophisticated hoax designed to manipulate emotions and generate attention? In a world where information is abundant but truth is scarce, how will you choose what to believe? The unfolding narrative surrounding Taehyung's Paris Live and Jungkook's reported emotional breakdown has ignited an unprecedented wave of speculation across global media platforms. Yet as millions dissect every frame and every word, one question becomes unavoidable. Are we witnessing the truth, or have we become participants in an elaborate construct designed to manipulate collective sentiment? The scene, as described by countless viral posts, suggests a moment of raw vulnerability. Taehyung speaking in a subdued tone, eyes downcast, uttering words that allegedly struck a nerve deep within Jungkook. Reports claim he cried inconsolably upon hearing them. But how much of this narrative is grounded in verifiable fact? And how much is driven by the insatiable appetite for sensationalism that dominates the online ecosystem? It is vital to scrutinize the origins of these claims. Much of the information circulating emerged not from primary sources, but from fragmented clips, fan accounts, and speculative commentary on platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. When such content is edited for emotional impact, do we lose sight of objectivity? Are we too quick to assume authenticity simply because the story aligns with our emotional expectations? Consider the alleged removal of Taehyung's live broadcast from weverse, a claim that has fueled theories of deliberate censorship. While some argue it proves the sensitive nature of what was shared, others point to technical explanations or regional content restrictions. Without official confirmation, can such assumptions stand as fact? Or are they convenient pieces in a narrative designed to heighten intrigue and drive engagement? Similarly, Jungkook's purported reaction, tears, frantic calls to staff, emotional collapse, remains unsupported by any concrete evidence. There are no photographs, videos, or credible eyewitness reports to substantiate this version of events. Is it possible, then, that these stories are projections, born from fandom culture's tendency to weave intricate emotional sagas around their idols? Or does the absence of proof itself suggest deliberate concealment by those in power? These questions demand more than passive consumption. They require active reflection. What does it say about us as an audience if we accept these narratives without scrutiny? Are we complicit in amplifying unverified accounts because they satisfy our desire for intimacy with public figures? And at what cost to the very individuals we claim to support? The emotional gravity of the situation cannot be ignored. Taehyung's words, "Sometimes I wonder if I still have a place to speak," are undeniably poignant. But in the absence of context, are we interpreting them through the lens of our own biases and assumptions? Could he have been referencing professional fatigue, personal struggles, or something entirely unrelated to Jungkook? Why has no direct clarification been issued? And does this silence signify validation of the rumors, or simply a refusal to engage in speculation? It is equally important to question the role of media in shaping perception. Headlines designed for maximum impact often blur the boundary between reporting and storytelling. When articles present speculation as near certainty, how can readers discern truth from embellishment? Is the line between fact and fiction being deliberately obscured to sustain the cycle of attention and profit? As fans and observers, we must ask ourselves uncomfortable questions. Are we genuinely concerned for Taehyung and Jungkook, or are we consuming their perceived pain as entertainment? Is our emotional investment helping to protect them, or is it fueling a machinery that commodifies their struggles for views, likes, and shares? At its core, this controversy forces us to confront the ethical implications of modern fandom. In an era where virality often eclipses veracity, how can we protect ourselves from falling prey to narratives that may never have existed? Can we develop the discipline to withhold judgment until facts emerge, or are we too conditioned to crave instant emotional gratification? There is no denying the power of these stories to move us. But do they move us because they are true, or because they are crafted to feel true? And if the latter, who benefits from our willingness to believe? Is it the artists themselves, or the countless intermediaries, content creators, media outlets, algorithm-driven platforms, who profit from the storm of engagement? In light of these considerations, we urge every reader to pause and reflect. Do you believe the events surrounding Taehyung's Paris Live and Jungkook's alleged tears are as they appear? Or could this be an intricate illusion, a narrative born from fragments, assumptions, and our own longing for drama? The answers may not come easily. But in a world saturated with information, some accurate, much distorted, the responsibility lies with each of us to approach every claim with skepticism and discernment. The truth may be far more complex or far simpler than we imagine. Until clarity emerges, let us remember that behind every headline and viral clip are real human beings whose lives are not ours to dissect for entertainment.